What if Heartland Season 20 brings back the faces fans thought they would never see again? Some of these characters disappeared without a proper goodbye. Others left just when their stories were getting interesting, and a few still have unfinished business at Heartland Ranch. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the growing excitement around Season 20 has fans looking back at the people who helped shape the series. Could old friendships be rebuilt? Could broken families reunite? And could one unexpected return completely change Amy's future? Stay with us, because we're counting down 7 characters fans still hope to see again, and the first name on our list might surprise you. Heartland has always been different from other family dramas. It isn't just about horses or ranch life, it is about people finding their way back to the ones they love. Over the years, many unforgettable characters have come and gone. Some left because their story reached a natural ending. Others disappeared so quietly that fans still wonder if there is more to tell. Now, as Season 20 becomes one of the most talked about chapters in the show's history, viewers are asking the same question. Could some of those familiar faces finally return? One thing that makes Heartland so special is that the show never forgets its past. Even when a character is gone, their memories continue to influence everyone at the ranch. That is why every new season creates fresh hope. Fans know that in Heartland, surprises often happen when they are least expected. A simple visit can become an emotional reunion. A phone call can change everything. And sometimes one returning character can open the door to an entirely new storyline. That brings us to the first name on our list. Number 7. Georgie Fleming Morris. If there is one character fans constantly ask about, it is Georgie. From the moment she arrived at Heartland as a troubled young girl looking for a family, viewers watched her grow into one of the strongest and most inspiring characters on the show. Amy helped her believe in herself. Lou became a caring mother. Jack treated her like his own granddaughter. Watching Georgie become part of the Fleming family was one of Heartland's most emotional journeys. As the seasons continued, Georgie discovered her passion for show jumping. She trained harder than ever, chased her dreams, and slowly built an impressive career. Her growing success meant she spent more time traveling, competing, and living away from Heartland. Even though she never stopped loving the ranch, her appearances became less frequent. That change made sense for the story, but many viewers felt something was missing. Georgie brought youthful energy to every episode. She shared a unique bond with Amy, and their relationship evolved from mentor and student into something much deeper. Amy understood Georgie's fears because she had faced many of the same challenges growing up. Their connection always felt honest, and fans still miss seeing them work together. Season 20 could be the perfect opportunity to bring Georgie home, even if only for a short time. Imagine her returning after another successful competition season. She would not just be visiting family. She would be returning as a confident young woman with new experiences, new lessons, and perhaps some difficult decisions about her future. Her return could also create emotional moments with Lou. Their mother-daughter relationship has faced many ups and downs over the years, but it has always remained strong. After spending so much time apart, both of them would have changed. Watching them reconnect could become one of Season 20's most heartfelt storylines. Then there is Jack. Every time Georgie comes back to Heartland, it reminds viewers how much the family has grown together. Jack has always believed that no matter where life takes someone, Heartland will always be waiting for them. A reunion between Georgie and Jack would remind everyone why this ranch feels like home. Fans are also curious about Georgie's future with Quinn. Their relationship has survived distance, career challenges, and changing priorities. If Georgie returns, viewers would naturally wonder whether their relationship has become even stronger, or whether life has taken them in different directions. Heartland has always treated relationships with honesty, rather than rushing big moments, and Season 20 could continue that tradition. Perhaps the biggest reason fans want Georgie back is because she represents hope. She arrived at Heartland carrying pain, fear, and uncertainty. Through love, patience, and family, she transformed into someone confident enough to chase impossible dreams. Seeing her return would remind viewers just how much Heartland has changed lives over the years. Of course, nothing has been officially announced about Georgie returning in Season 20. At this point, it remains a fan hope rather than a confirmed storyline. But if the writers want to celebrate Heartland's incredible history while also moving the story forward, bringing Georgie back would feel like a natural choice. And if Georgie's return would already make fans emotional, the next character on our list has an even deeper connection to the Fleming family. This is someone whose arrival could completely change the atmosphere at Heartland and reopen memories that have never truly faded. That's where our countdown continues. Few characters brought more personality to Heartland than Mallory Wells. She was funny, outspoken, curious, and often impossible to ignore. Whether she was giving unwanted advice, getting involved in other people's problems, or making everyone laugh with her dramatic reactions, Mallory became a huge part of the early seasons. Fans watched her grow from an energetic teenager into a young woman trying to figure out who she wanted to be. Her friendship with Amy was one of the most entertaining relationships on the show. The two were very different, but that is exactly why they worked so well together. Amy was usually calm and thoughtful, while Mallory was emotional and unpredictable. They argued, teased each other, and sometimes drove each other crazy, but deep down they cared about one another like sisters. Then there was Jake. Their relationship became one of Heartland's sweetest long-term stories. Fans spent years wondering if they would finally end up together, and when they eventually married and moved away, it felt like the end of an era. Mallory's departure left a noticeable gap at Heartland. The ranch became a little quieter, without her constant chatter and unexpected adventures. That is why so many viewers still hope Season 20 finds a reason to bring her back. Imagine Mallory returning for a family visit after years away. She would probably arrive with big stories, big opinions, and plenty of questions about everything that has changed. And a lot has changed. Amy's life is different. Lou's family has grown. Georgie has become an accomplished athlete. Even Jack has had to adapt to a new chapter of life. Mallory's return would allow the show to revisit old friendships while also showing how everyone has matured. One of the most emotional moments could be seeing her reconnect with Amy. They have shared so much history that even a simple conversation would carry years of memories. Mallory knew Amy during some of the happiest and hardest moments of her life, and that kind of friendship never completely disappears. Fans would also love to see Mallory interact with Lindy. It is easy to imagine her becoming the fun, slightly chaotic family friend who fills every visit with laughter. Heartland has always balanced emotional stories with humor, and Mallory could bring that balance back in a very natural way. Another interesting possibility is how she would react to the changes at the ranch. Mallory has always been someone who speaks her mind, so she would probably notice things others avoid talking about. That could lead to heartfelt conversations, surprising advice, and maybe even a few uncomfortable truths. What makes Mallory such a strong candidate for a return is that her story never felt completely finished. She found love and started a new life, but fans still wonder what happened next. Is she happy? Does she miss Heartland? Has marriage changed her? Those unanswered questions make her return feel exciting rather than repetitive. And once again, nothing has been officially confirmed. This is still fan speculation, but if Season 20 wants to celebrate the show's long history while giving viewers a wave of nostalgia, Mallory would be one of the easiest characters to bring back in a meaningful way. But as much as fans miss Mallory, the next name on our list carries a very different kind of emotion. This is a character whose return could reopen old wounds, spark new conflicts, and force the Fleming family to confront a past they have never fully escaped. That's where the countdown takes a much more dramatic turn. Number 5. Scott Cardinal. Some characters do not need to appear in every episode to leave a lasting impression, and Scott Cardinal is one of them. From the very beginning of Heartland, Scott was much more than a veterinarian. He was a trusted friend, a calm voice during difficult moments, and someone the Fleming family could always count on. Whenever a horse needed urgent care or a family member needed honest advice, Scott was usually there. Over the years, fans watched him build a special connection with almost everyone at Heartland. He worked closely with Amy, respected Jack, supported Lou, and became part of the extended family even though he never officially lived on the ranch. His quiet personality balanced the more emotional characters around him, making him someone viewers always enjoyed seeing. As the seasons went on, Scott's appearances became less frequent. He never truly disappeared from the Heartland universe, but fans noticed that he was no longer involved in many of the major storylines. Even so, every time he returned, it felt natural, almost as if he had never been away. That is exactly why many viewers believe Season 20 would be the perfect time to give Scott a larger role once again. Think about everything that has changed since his last major appearance. Amy has continued building her life after unimaginable loss. Jack has faced new challenges while trying to keep the ranch strong. Lou has taken on more responsibilities, and the younger generation continues to grow. Scott knows these people better than almost anyone outside the immediate family. Seeing him reconnect with them could create some of the most heartfelt moments of the season. One reason fans want Scott back is because he represents stability. Heartland has always been about family, healing, and second chances, and Scott embodies those values. He never seeks attention, but when he speaks, people listen. His advice often helps characters see situations from a different perspective without making them feel judged. A return could also allow the series to explore how veterinary medicine has changed over the years. Scott has always cared deeply about animal welfare, and it would be interesting to see him working alongside Amy again. Their shared love for horses has always created a strong bond, and fans would undoubtedly enjoy watching them solve difficult cases together. Another emotional layer is Scott's history with Lou. Their relationship had many memorable moments in the early years of the show. Although both characters eventually moved forward with their lives, they continue to share mutual respect and friendship. If Scott returned in season 20, viewers might finally see how their relationship has evolved after all these years. Not because the show needs to revisit old romance, but because mature friendships can be just as meaningful. Scott's presence would also strengthen the feeling that Heartland's extended family is coming back together. Every long-running series reaches a point where honoring its history becomes just as important as introducing new stories. Bringing Scott back would accomplish both. He could help guide newer characters while reminding longtime fans why they connected with Heartland in the first place. Perhaps the biggest reason his return makes sense is that Scott has never been defined by drama alone. He brings compassion, wisdom, and quiet strength. Those qualities have become even more valuable as the series has grown. Season 20 could use someone like Scott to remind viewers that healing often happens through simple conversations, loyal friendships, and people who never stop caring. Of course, there has been no official confirmation that Scott will return in Season 20. For now, it remains one of the biggest wishes among longtime fans. But if the writers decide to bring back familiar faces who truly belong in Heartland's world, Scott would certainly deserve a place near the top of that list. And now we move to a character whose return could create an even bigger emotional reaction. Unlike Scott, this next person left behind unanswered questions that fans still discuss today. If this familiar face suddenly appeared at Heartland Ranch, it wouldn't just surprise the family, it could completely change the direction of Season 20. Number 4. Ashley Stanton. Longtime Heartland fans will never forget Ashley Stanton. When she first appeared, she seemed completely different from Amy. Ashley came from a wealthy family, loved competition, and always wanted to prove she was the best. At first, many viewers saw her as Amy's biggest rival, but as the story continued, something unexpected happened. Ashley became one of the show's most interesting characters. Behind her confident attitude was someone who struggled with pressure, expectations, and finding her own identity. She wasn't simply trying to win horse competitions, she was trying to discover who she really wanted to be. That emotional journey turned Ashley from a rival into someone many fans genuinely cared about. Her relationship with Caleb was another unforgettable part of her story. Their romance had plenty of happy moments, but it also faced difficult challenges. Eventually, their lives moved in different directions, and Ashley chose to leave Heartland to pursue new opportunities. While her departure made sense at the time, many fans have always felt there was more to her story. That is exactly why her name still comes up whenever people talk about possible returns in Season 20. Imagine Ashley arriving back at Heartland after years away. She would no longer be the young competitor trying to prove herself. Instead, she could return as a mature, experienced woman who has finally discovered what truly matters in life. That kind of growth would create fascinating conversations with the people who knew her years ago. One of the biggest reunions would naturally be with Amy. Their friendship was built through years of competition, misunderstandings, forgiveness, and mutual respect. In many ways, Ashley helped Amy grow just as Amy helped Ashley. Seeing them together again would remind fans how much both women have changed. Ashley could also reconnect with Jack, who always believed people deserved a second chance if they were willing to learn from their mistakes. Jack has watched many young people grow into responsible adults, and seeing Ashley return as a confident, independent woman would likely make him proud. Another interesting possibility involves Caleb. Both characters have built separate lives since their relationship ended. If they crossed paths again, it would not necessarily be about restarting their romance. Instead, it could be about closure, friendship, and recognizing how much time has changed them. Heartland has